Radio Free Skaro!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Radio Free Skaro, episode number 1036. I am Stephen in Edmonton.
Warren in Vancouver.
And Chris in Edmonton.
We just passed a milestone of some note. I always forget which day it is. Either it's the 8th or the 9th. I think it's the 8th and then midnight of the 9th it came out. But I still remember October 8th/9th, 2013, when The Web of Fear and Enemy of the World were announced, and how exciting all that was. Missing episodes, and it's been 12 years since that happened, and we might have more missing episodes stuff in the hoffer. But first I will tell you that part 2 of our commentary on the Sunmakers is on today's episode. Sunmakers, which was 77? Yes, it came out in 77. And then it was, I'm just trying to think of, like, 1978 is when the erasing of Doctor Who and everything else stops. I was just trying to do a very vague connection to that, but I failed. Anyway, Sunmakers Part 2 from 1977. The last story to be broadcast in the UK. I think we say this on the commentary before the premiere of Star Wars in December of 1977.
Hey, those effects were... Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's their reaction at the time.
I know, imagine that. Imagine watching the Sunmakers Part 4 and says, well, that was delightful. Let's go to the cinema and watch this new Star Wars film that they're talking about.
I mean, it's the same for film. I remember watching, because I'd never seen it a couple of years ago, I watched Logan's Run, and it's from 76, and you're watching these effects going, oh my. Like, it's an okay movie for a bunch of different reasons, but the effects, which I think garnered praise at the time, you're like... Oh no, they aren't quite cutting it.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And like a year or two later, or like a year, I guess, when they're working on them, it's like in LA, like the effects are just a quantum leap beyond.
Yeah, I had my head all this time that Logan's Run was like from like 1971 for some reason.
No, I think it's 75.
76.
Yeah. I know. I keep forgetting that. Because it just looks like a movie. Like, that was science fiction, and then Star Wars came along, and it's like all this adventure and wonder and everything like this. And
but even then, you look at, it's like, I've seen it in the theater now, you watch 2001 from 68, and it still blows everything out of the water. It is amazing how good that movie looks.
Love it.
But I mean, Planet of the Apes was pre-Star Wars. That looked great.
Yeah, 73, I think?
68. 68 Planet of the Apes was.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm thinking of several movies down the road.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the kind of opposite end of the spectrum, we got Omega Man, which was also quite good. Also
which I primarily remember from Homer yelling, "Burn in hell, Clokey," from the Omega Man. That's true. More than the actual movie itself.
I remember the Omega Man just because I know there's a scene, I haven't seen it, but there's a scene in the theater where he just sits there and recites all the movies because the movie's just playing, and it's only him in the theater, of course, and it goes out and the theater's empty. And I think when I went to see This Is Spinal Tap 2, it was like a 9:30 showing on a Monday night, and I was the only person in the theater. And when I got out, I was the only person in the theater. The entire
bring on the Omega crisis. I want to go to movie theaters and watch things by myself.
It was great, Warren. I got to tell you, I supported the movie industry and also saw what kind of a state. I mean, it's a Monday night at a 9:30 screening. You're not going to get that much of an audience, but I watched it on my own, and I loved it to bits. The Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues, now available on digital. This episode of Radio Free Skaro brought to you by Spinal Tap 2.
Somehow.
Featuring Chris Addison, who was in Doctor Who once.
And he's very amusing in the film.
Yeah, it's very good. So, there you are.
Yes, and Kerry Godliman, who was on Taskmaster.
Who's that? Who's which
Ian?
Ian's daughter. Right. She was in
Extras. Not extras.
Not
She's quite
extras.
funny in the movie. If she's
Ricky
who I think
Gervais
she
show.
is.
Show.
Yeah.
The Life Netflix one. What is it called?
I know what you mean. I know the one you meant because that's where I
That
think
one.
I recognized her from, the Ricky Gervais thing. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of, or rather, at the beginning of last week's episode, I recorded a short intro because interesting stuff was afoot with Film is Fabulous, and coming this weekend. Sometime on probably Sunday, might be Monday, might be before, don't know. The wonderful The Missing Episodes podcast, which is back from a longer hiatus than was intended. Tim Burrows, the host of that. Tim has interviewed John Franklin, Justin Smith, and Sue Malden as part of the Film is Fabulous initiative with an update on what they do and recent events that have sort of like pushed them into the public eye. Tim has been very nice and John as well. I've been in contact with John Franklin from Film is Fabulous, and they've been nice enough to give me some sort of a summary of what was said so that we can talk about it, because this podcast and that podcast will sort of come out at the same time. So the basic gist of it, as I mentioned in the preamble last week in the insert, is that Film is Fabulous is now a charitable trust, which means they are able to accept donations, which is cool. They can also apply for like grants and stuff for like bigger projects, because there are like if they need to obtain a collection or something like that, and they are after obtaining collections. I want to point that out. They are not like treasure hunting or anything like that. They don't go in saying, "Do you have any missing Doctor Who amongst your 6,000 film cans?" Great, we'll take those 12 cans. Bye. They don't do that. They are actually looking after all the collections as such. So they are now a charitable status. Here's the big thing, which they mentioned in a comment and on Blue Sky, and I think even Sue Malden alluded to it on stage at an event with Tim in May. But they are aware of several missing Doctor Who episodes in several private collections. Several Doctor Who episodes are out there. What they do essentially, because the ones that they're sort of prioritizing, because when they sort of take on a collection, a film collection, they prioritize the ones whose collectors have sadly passed on, and the status of those collections are basically in flux, because there's a finite time, basically, because they will have to clean out the house, and sometimes collections like that will just end up in the junk. It'll be junk, basically,
or like a thrift store or something,
or something like that. They'll be scattered to the four winds. So their main focus at times is there. They also though advise like other collectors basically on what they could do with their collections. So active collectors who are still with us and still like understanding what the value of these things are. But the great thing about film collectors is that they already know how to store their own film. So when Paul Vanessis years ago said to me, we know where a couple of episodes are, but we're not worried about them. They're well taken care of. It just means that they're in the hands of a film collector who's already, they're basically in the safest spot to be right now until they can be perhaps gathered
As
one day.
Doctor Who dorks, we get mad because it's not out there, but this is private property. These people,
they're private property. These are people as well. This is their collections, and so the one case that has sort of been stated, and it will be stated on the podcast, which I strongly urge you to listen to. I'm looking forward to listening myself. Is that Film is Fabulous have been looking to secure a collection from a collector who has been in poor health in recent days, and they were very close to acquiring it, but sadly he passed away recently during all this whole frenzy, and so now that collection sort of passes on to the estate, and so this is why the sort of the public call has come out, because they kind of need donations to possibly acquire that collection from the estate. Within that collection is at least one missing Doctor Who episode. So that's another one on top. So we've got several missing Doctor Who episodes in several collections, and at least one more in that collection. All this is talked about in the huge interview. that Tim has recorded that's coming out on the Missing Episodes podcast. But what you can do, this is amazing. I think I already gave £100 to this because what a thing to be able to donate to. Film is Fabulous now because they're a trust or donation. You can actually donate a one-time amount or a recurring donation. You can email them and get it all set up to contribute to the cause. Because listen, I don't want to bring it up again, but I will for the sake of this. Being able to somehow uncover missing Doctor Who footage and any other missing footage, as I did by talking to Chris Hayden, editor of the War Games, it's a really cool feeling to be able to do that. So if you want to help out, this is the way to do it. Don't go storming the gates of De Mormont University and demanding because a couple people have done that, and that is wrong. All right, that is wrong.
Weird.
And very weird. The right people are doing the right things in order to ensure these collections and missing Doctor Who episodes by extent are well looked after. So donate if you can. At the links are in the show notes, filmisfabulous.org.uk. There'll be a link there, and you can help donate to track down missing episodes and other missing content. It's very exciting. These are the right people doing the right things. Sue Malden is involved. I'm amazed by that, just because Sue Malden was at the BBC in 1978 and basically, came across, oh, wait, we're wiping all this stuff. We should put a stop to this. Let's see what we have. I'll use Doctor Who as a test case to see what kind of, what our archive status is. So basically saved a bunch of Doctor Who episodes from destruction and ensured that others came back. And here we are almost 50 years later, and she's still doing the same thing. So well done on that. So there you go. To sum up, Film is Fabulous. Donate. Missing Episodes podcast episode with the Film is Fabulous people coming out sometime this weekend. Listen to that. Do you have any comments on that after I talk for 10 minutes about that?
No, I haven't heard the interview, but I'm looking forward to hearing it now.
Well, I'm sure it'll be great. With lots of very fascinating insights into also the great thing is that John Franklin, who, as I said, we've been emailing each other back and forth over this past week, is that he's not a Doctor Who fan. He reasons that he probably watched some John Pertwee back in the day, 50 years ago. So I like that because it's not like he's blinded by treasure hunting for specific Doctor Who episodes. He's more focused on collections, and he's been in the collecting industry for decades, and so he knows a lot of these people, and has sadly seen a lot of his friends pass on as they grow older and die, and their film collections need taken care of. So as I said, the right people are doing the right things. It takes time to collect them, to access them, to scan them, to oftentimes what it says on the film can is not what's on the film. So you can't just look at a film can and go, oh, that's this and that's what that is. You have to actually look at it. Plus the films might be fragile, so they need to look after it's such a huge process, and it takes time.
Any industry, like in construction, which I've covered for years and years, if you're looking at blueprints for a building from 1910, it barely resembles what that actual building is. So I'm sure there's a lot of that in TV archiving as well.
Yeah. It's the reason why, one of the reasons why Star Trek Deep Space Nine wasn't up-res to 4K or HD, because all the films are
New York,
scattered in New York, and they're not properly labeled either. And that's from the 90s, for God's sake. So yeah, it's a very complicated process, but you can help out. Film is Fabulous. If you wish to help them out, it would be great. I've already done so, as I say, because I'm a nerd, and I imagine there are a lot of people like me out there. God help you, who share at least a passion for missing episodes and missing media in general, and being able to fill the archives just a little bit more. So links in the show notes, and and listen to the episode whenever it comes out. I'm not sure when it'll come out, but probably fairly soon, around the time that this episode of Radio Free Skaro comes out. So there you go. That is the update, such as it is. Looks like the number 97, that being missing episodes, will indeed fall in the near future. Isn't that great? I think it's great.
This is not the Omni Rumor. No, they're not all coming. Like they never were anyway. But
No.
at the time, the Omni Rumor seemed ridiculous to me too.
I know. Yeah, and somebody sent me a picture. Oh, somebody posted this, and look at. Oh, I've seen this before. It's a little
10 years ago.
It's a little breakdown of like, oh, these 3 episodes are with this collector in this area of the country. These 3, okay, I saw that like 4 or 5 years ago. So don't believe any of those lists right now. Don't mention Marco Polo. I have no idea what any of these episodes might be. But they are missing, and they very likely will not be missing for the near future. So there.
Neat.
Yeah. Anything to add, Chris? Anything you want to talk about regarding that? Having not listened to or read any of the notes that Tim sent me or anything like that.
No, I mean I've seen lots of overblown. Exaggerated, I guess, hype or expectations or whatever you want to phrase.
And what a surprise that is.
Out there in the internets, and I really wish people would just wait for something concrete and then run with it. Mm-hmm. I don't belittle anyone for getting excited because damn, it's exciting. And like you said, it's been almost to the day 13 years. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those, I don't know. Missing episodes are always a mixed bag because we have such high hopes, and then mm-hmm. sometimes it's episode 3 of Galaxy 4, and sometimes it's episode 2 of Underwater Menace.
Yeah. And we don't know what these are. These could be
not a clue.
Blah episodes for all we know, or they could be great ones. Who knows?
I mean, at this point, I'm literally fascinated with literally anything.
Yeah, true.
Anything.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Space Pirates coming back.
Space Pirates. Oh my God, I can't tell you if it's an episode of the Space Pirates. That might be the gold standard right there. But
and then obviously it would be nice to be able to have some stuff. It'd be nice to have some stuff that could replace or supersede some of the animations that we've had. Mm-hmm. But I'd still rather have stuff we've not yet had.
Mm-hmm. And also, I'm grateful for the animations too. I'm not complaining about those.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I guess technically speaking, we've had everything because thanks to the efforts of certain people in the past, we've got all the audio, and mm-hmm. So whether it's recons or animations or whatever, we do have everything. But it'd be nice to have like the full package.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, since we're playing favorites now, anything from season 3, essentially, that's during the WoW's era that does not have telesnaps, that we don't have any visual representation of, apart from the odd, screen, 8mm film offcut or something like that. It's, that's kind of the more tantalizing stuff. But
well, Troughton's the most missing of the bunch, right? So I wouldn't mind seeing some Troughton resurface.
I think it might be. I'd have to sit and count, but it might be Hartnell now.
Yeah, okay.
It might be Hartnell.
Especially if you're counting animations.
Okay. Yeah,
there you go. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, I wonder.
We haven't. Yeah, because we got a plethora of Troughton animations, and it's obviously Galaxy 4 is the most recent Hartnell one, but can't remember what the next most recent one was for Hartnell.
Oh geez, probably like literally the Crusade, 1999. I think was the last one that.
No, I mean, sorry, I meant animations, but.
Sorry, I thought you meant Return.
But as far as found episodes are concerned, yeah, 99 for the Lion.
Yeah.
For the Lion is probably the last one prior.
There are currently of the last count 97 episodes missing, 44 Hartnell, 53 Troughton. That's not counting animations. So
if we factored in animations, I think we might have Hartnell might be the less available.
Yeah, because so much is available from the first 2 seasons, and then they stopped exporting it, essentially, and that's why there's so few film copies out there to be found, basically, is why it's not as easily accessible. Possibly because it's the Six-Day War in 73 or 67? It's War in History Major? Tell me.
No. Six-Day War was 73, I think.
73.
Yes.
It's the 67.
Yeah, it's the Yom Kippur War, yes.
Suez Canal.
Suez is the 60s.
Yeah, 67.
Or no, Suez is the 50s.
No,
think.
well, it opened in 56, but there's a war in 67, which kind of
Yes.
It truncated shipping routes.
Because Eisenhower said, "Hey guys, no," and that caused a whole kerfuffle. So
there's a kerfuffle. Yeah. The offshoot was the only offshoot was that Doctor Who was exported to far fewer countries, and therefore
not bending of the world order at all. No, it didn't cause strife in the Middle East. No, it was mostly Doctor Who stuff.
Well, if we get even one new missing episode back, that'll be fantastic,
right?
And B, then that will still leave you, Stephen, with one important 97 in your life.
That's true.
Is that a Connor McDavid reference?
Connor McDavid reference.
I actually got it. I can't believe it.
Done.
All I want out of this is more of the council weirdos from the Dalek Master Plan. Specifically, that guy who walks around like a crazy person, because I love that guy so much.
I mean,
I would hope that given there are the 13 episodes, yes, I'm counting T/A.
Damn straight.
Please explain what that means to those who don't like me.
Mission to the Unknown.
Oh, all right. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Yes.
Yeah.
Given there are 13 episodes for Dalek's Master Plan, 3 of them are back. I'm pretty sure that, as was said 13 years ago, we're probably never ever going to see Feast of Stephen. But
you know what? Having seen the reconstruction, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really play into the story at all.
No. And also, shout out to the guys who redid Mission to the Unknown, because that is very well done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
For reasons I'll get into later, when I finish my quest, Feast of Stephen's a very important episode of Doctor Who, but I'll get to that later. There's no reason why there should even have been 3 episodes found. Basically, the Dalek's Master Plan, having never been sold abroad, only shipped to Australia and then rejected. Like, there's zero reason, and yet 3 episodes exist of it. It's the weirdest story ever.
Well, I mean, just because it didn't sell doesn't mean they didn't make the prints of it, right?
Right, I know, but usually the bicycling, and that's where they track these things down in Africa or Singapore or somewhere else. But the fact that they found them in 2 episodes in a church basement, for crying out loud, it's so odd.
And we saw how reliable and bulletproof the bicycling system actually was, right?
Yeah. That too. That too.
So you never know. Yeah, if you find them in a church car boot sale or something, okay, fine. That shouldn't come as much of a surprise, really.
The big, I mean, the Australia. So in June of 75 it was. I'm literally looking at the website, missingepisodes.blogspot.com. I don't know who put this website together, but I always refer to it. If you are listening to this, speak up or forever hold your peace, because it's an invaluable website, and I don't think there's a credit on it. June 4th is when they got a whole bunch of episodes back from Australia, June 4th, 75. And several different one-off episodes have basically come from that return, like the Underwater Menace Part 2, which came back, I think came from there because they pieced it together that it matched perfectly with the censor cuts that were already existing in Australia. They fit right back perfectly in that actual print. So there's a whole bunch of episodes that came back from Australia in that, and it's almost like, well, let's, I remember there's a cartoon several years ago where it's basically 2 guys with film cans next to an incinerator. It goes, they're just chucking them in. It goes, whatever we miss, we keep, and that's pretty much what it was essentially back in those days. So I'm wondering if whatever episodes wandered off into the hands of collectors came from that Australia 75 return. It'll be very curious to see, but. Yeah.
And just for my own sanity, so nobody ats me, 6 Day War was 67, Yom Kippur was 73.
Thank you very much. Did I say the other way around? Was I right the first time?
No, you got it right. I just wanted to make sure I had it right. So.
Okay. Yom Kippur 73, 6 Day War
Both
67.
of those are basically people going, hey, we're going to take you on, Israel, and Israel going, oh, no, you're not. And given what currently Israel's doing, but those are 2 pretty impressive military victories, I got to say, on their part.
How will the current crisis in the Gaza Strip affect missing Doctor Who episodes? We will discuss next week.
That's clearly the most important part of this peace process.
Yeah, we will
Please
not
don't
discuss that at all. Moving on. Let's move on to Gallifrey One. Gallifrey Pete McTighe. He co-wrote that the upcoming Doctor Who spin-off that we almost always seem to forget about because it keeps getting kicked down the road a little bit, the war between the land and sea. Pete McTighe returning to Gallifrey One. He was there back in 2019, 2020? I can't even remember now.
I don't remember.
I want to say 2020, but I could be wrong.
I think it was.
I remember I went to his Cafe Clutch.
I don't think he was.
Whatever year that was.
I know I moderated the Kerblam commentary with him.
All right.
And I don't think he was on our live show, though. Because it's to that point where we forget who was on our live show. But
even though I was there in 2020, I don't in my head, 2020 Galley doesn't exist because of the pandemic, which happened a month later.
Yeah.
But it all gets jumbled up in my head. So
I know what you mean. Yeah. Anyway, he's back. So together with him and Alex Devrient, also from The War Between, it makes me curious when The War Between is going to be airing or dropping. February, January. Like, are they going to be there? Is it going to be there while it's on? Like, who knows? Who knows when it's going to actually air?
Or might they have to drop out because there's some press going on?
Or is this the press?
When it drops.
Could be.
Is
Who
this
knows?
it?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who can tell? My guess is it'll have already been out, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Gallifrey One. February 6th to 8th, Bad Bunny performing there during the halftime show.
Yes. No, it's the other all-American alternate featuring a bunch of Brits and Canadians and Americans.
That's true. I had to ask myself, wait a minute, when's the Super Bowl? No, it's the NBA All-Star Game, which is forcing Gallifrey One to move.
Oh, okay.
That year.
Where is the Super Bowl?
Santa Clara, so the Bay Area where the 49ers play.
So
is where it is.
That'd be some serious spillover hotel-wise if people are 6 hours away.
If you're commuting from the LAX Bay Area to the Super Bowl, then you got to learn a little more about California.
That's a football
geography.
fan.
Yeah, exactly. So on today, as we record this, October 10th, the BBC teased that the Series 10 soundtrack, aka Peter Capaldi's last series, is coming soon, or it's coming. Shut up, it's coming is basically what they said in
Well, the best part about it is how they put all these fake from characters on the show. Where is it coming? Where, like, all these fake tweets. One of them from Puddle GF. I can't remember what Bill's girlfriend's name is, but that's who's saying it. And there's like 20 other ones.
Right.
Heather is her name.
Heather, right? Yes.
But yeah, no, these all these little fake tweets are fantastic.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
So it's coming. Apparently it's coming. How many years has it been now? 2015, 17? 2017.
2017, yeah.
Series 10 came out. The underrated Series 10, in my opinion. But I love all the Capaldi era. So at long last, we'll be getting that, as opposed to the 2 days later that we got for the Sega Akinola era. We got soundtracks out literally the week after the season ended.
Hey, I'm not complaining about that.
No, I was certainly not complaining about that. Just saying that's probably should have been what they should have done in the first place. But anyway,
yes, of course,
we're getting it. We're getting it sometime soon. No release date given, but to
coincide with Turf and Surf. So who knows?
That would
They have not said that. That is me making up things.
Yeah. Speaking of last week's other thing that we talked about Bad Wolf potentially being out of the Doctor Who deal with, and Chris very rightly wondered about the Doctor Who set. Well, it's still standing, everyone. We know this because Prince William was taking a tour of it this past week, or at least not this past week, in September. Images were finally released about there's this big publicity thing. Yes, Prince William was there. Like, do they have to do this? Do they have to do this under such a veil that the Prince was here a month ago, just in case people wanted to try to, I don't know, crash the set to get a photo?
I think that would have more to do with the royals than it would to do with the show.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, so there, the TARDIS set still stands in Bad Wolf Studios as of last month. So too does Prince William, who was interviewed by Eugene Levy, apparently on his. Is that a Reluctant Traveler? Is that what the show was?
Yeah, the Reluctant Traveler, a Eugene Levy travel show. It's third season currently on Apple TV Plus. It's. I mean, I've been a lifelong fan of Eugene Levy.
Oh yeah.
Since SCTV days, as I think probably we all have. But it's a great little show, and yeah, he does an episode. Well, it's basically just him and Prince William for 40-ish minutes, whatever. It's great.
Wow.
Apparently, Prince William admits that his first exposure to Eugene Levy was American Pie. So.
That's a way to get exposed to Eugene Levy, I guess.
That is something.
Thankfully, that didn't kill the conversation right there. So,
I mean, that was what, 99? That was 99, right? He was born.
99 was when it came out.
He was about 16, I think, probably then. I'm just thinking of timeline. July 29th, 1982.
He's 43 now.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, American Pie being 99 means we're about due or a little overdue for Remember American Pie? This old movie from the 1900s?
I know.
As I crumble into dust again.
Is it sad that I remember the exact date of Prince Prince Charles and Lady Diana's wedding, July 29th, 1981? Yeah.
No, because that's burned into a lot of people's memories. I think that's one of the less weird things about your brain, I think.
We didn't. True. Absolutely true, Chris. But also, at the time, we didn't have that many channels, and we only had channels to watch. And it was on at least CBC 24 hours for weeks at a time.
Yep. The coverage was as long as Lady Diana's wedding train, as I recall.
About that, yeah.
150 feet long, yeah. So there, anyway, TARDIS there, new Doctor, Prince William, I mean, it's just as likely to happen as Billy Piper, so you might as well say it. At least Prince William was on the set when they recorded that. We'll say that. There we are.
As opposed to Billy Piper not being on the set.
Not being on the set whatsoever. Just sort of zooming in.
That's because he's actually the Doctor. Shock reveal.
Exactly. Anyway, Doctor Who Magazine 622 came out. There's a whole host of stuff there, including an interview with Rob Shearman, which we'll get to in a little bit. Also, I like how Michael Stevens of BBC Audiobooks is all over this edition, having never really been in the public eye that much. And then he appears on RFS, and then he's everywhere. Beth Axford, who was on the show after Michael Stevens, in this issue of Doctor Who Magazine, everywhere. Everyone who's on RFS is in this issue, and vice versa.
Rob Shearman, the first person in... he wasn't the first person to interview Galley, but he was the first person
he's up there.
fully on the thing.
Now, I think we recorded David J. Howe and Phil Collinson before, but that came out after. And on the Friday night...
Things that matter only to us.
Exactly. If you're dating that, the Andrew Pixleys of the world, if you're looking for the time codes, or rather the production codes of our interviews, David J. Howe was first. Phil Collinson was he our first interview? I can't remember now.
I think so.
Yeah,
Steve Roberts
me
as well.
Yeah,
as I recall.
Steve Roberts in there too. But Rob Sherman was there in the bar, and we bribed him with food. And
yes, chicken fingers.
He did have chicken fingers, and Jason Haig-Ellery was there too. And we interviewed them, except that came out later.
I still have distinct memories of having to coerce you into doing the interview for David J. Howe because you were very nervous about it. And
I was.
That's why I did Phil Collinson, because he was nervous, and I had experience interviewing, and that has long since gone away in terms of your nervousness towards interviews.
That's true.
Yep. And so since then, you've interviewed a doctor or two. So
most of them.
I think I've done it's probably hundreds at this point now, which is shocking to think about. It's not bragging. It's just math.
Well, between the podcast and cons,
it's
a lot.
Yeah. Some of Murray Gold's in this issue of Doctor Who Magazine interviewed Murray Gold. Rob Sherman, as I said.
Twice,
Michael
I believe.
Yeah, Peter Purvis I'm looking at here. Yeah.
Anyway. We're interviewing Murray Gold a third time, given our comments on
he might not have a return appearance on this show, but that's fine. It's fine. They only talk about Dugadoo in Doctor Who Magazine. And also there's some archive stuff from Christopher H. Bidmead. Benjamin Cook interviewed him way back when, I don't know why I dipped to the Scottish there, in 2017, and so the unused excerpts from that are in here, including some pics of let's face it, a very handsome young Christopher H. Bidmead.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, oh boy, yeah, very handsome man back in those days, on stage with friggin' Diana Rigg and Julie Christie and everyone else back in the early 60s.
I remember seeing pictures of a 20-something Ian McCunn. I'm like, now listen, I'm straight, but that there is a handsome fella.
Handsome fella. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, lots of great stuff in the issue that's out now. Hopefully you can get it if you're North America, because apparently, Diamond Comics, which is a comic distributor here in North America, is gone into restructuring, and so the access to the paper versions of Doctor Who Magazine in the U.S. might be difficult in the weeks to come. Chris, you have more on that?
I mean, at this point in time, yes, paper is fantastic, but digital distribution is so much better, and you get it way before you'd ever see the paper copy anyway. So I highly advise anyone wanting to subscribe to Doctor Who Magazine, get the digital one anyways. You'll have a better time.
It's $47 a year. It's nothing.
If you have Apple News Plus, it's in there amongst many other magazines.
There you go.
There you
That's how I read it.
Yeah.
Two great reasons. But yeah, Diamond is the biggest North American distributor, and there are restructuring, Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, and all that kind of stuff going on. So they the article in the show notes talks about, I think it's one. I don't know if it's 622 that just came out, or if it's 623 or what, but there's like one more issue of Doctor Who magazine in the pipeline for shops to order, and after that the future is currently unknown. So yeah, if you are a paper stan, then just be aware that your access might not be so easy. You might have to start hitting up imports and
if you're in
racking
England,
up those fees.
you're fine. Like it's Panini, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? So, and plus, the interesting thing is, like, this used to be a big deal for Marvel and DC, but now the actual comics that these things were built on are a footnote compared to all the entertainment and merchandising and stuff they do. So that's where the real money is for these things, which is why you see endless reboots of Superman, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel is also guilty of this. Like, so, you know, I'm not singling out one over the other.
Very true. Yeah, I think I subscribe through, is it Pocket Mags or is it directly from Doctor Who magazine itself? It's Pocket Mags.
Pocket Mags.
Which is where I get them all. I get them on the Wednesday night. Wednesday night our time is when Doctor Who magazine usually shows up on my iPad, and I just download it and I read it, and it's great. I thoroughly recommend getting it. I thoroughly recommend supporting magazines and other stuff that you have interest in. Damn it! I mean, the written word is very valuable these days. People who actually work hard and don't use AI to write things is something to support, and so that's why I do that. Even sometimes when I don't actually read all the articles, I like to have them so that later I can access them for reference purposes, which is what Doctor Who magazine is great at.
And just skimming that article, it is 623, the next issue. That is the last in the pipeline.
Gotcha. So there you go. All right.
Currently. Hopefully it changes for the better.
That's true.
I mean, that said, we're friends with the owner of a certain Edmonton-based comic and bookshop.
We are.
And he's been talking about, on Facebook anyway, issues with Diamond for quite some time. So
Yeah, I don't think they've ever been beloved. Let's put it that way.
Well, they haven't been beloved, but just even the corporate level issues and things like that, they're not new. So this is kind of something that is probably just always on the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially given the shifting world of print, especially with something like comics, which are inherently expensive to make, and magazines.
That too.
Yeah.
On to some other stuff. We're going to tell you about trying to plug a Kickstarter for you, but we don't need to. It's already like within minutes. This reached its goal. Gareth Kavanagh has put out a second DNA of Doctor Who book. He did the Philip Hinchcliffe one. Another one's coming. The Graham Williams years. Let's face it, the Graham Williams is like that's my entryway to Doctor Who. That's where I first started watching. Then it drifted away when I came back to it. It was again had rolled around to the Graham Williams era. I hold that era in such high esteem. There's a book called about it. It was a Kickstarter. It launched today on Friday, October 10th. It funded
under half a day.
What was the goal?
Well, it's showing in Canadian funds right now. The goal was 23,000 Canadian.
Wow.
Right now it's at 26,000.
Yeah, as of this very second, it's literally going up as I'm looking at it. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to pledge this. It's Graham Williams. Damn it, I love.
It does
Graham.
look like a really good book.
Yeah, it's really good. Gary Russell's been talking about it also on his socials and stuff like that, as of other people who've worked on it. So links in the show notes. You can still contribute, obviously, to get a copy of the book as well, and to the various extras. As there's not so much stretch goals as there are like tiers to stuff you can unlock in higher tiers.
Although he did say they're probably going to have to think of some stretch goals at this point. So. There might be more in the works. Keep an eye on the Kickstarter page.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest a live stage play version of Shada, because we need yet another version of Shada, maybe just to add that to the canon, perhaps. Or perhaps a reenactment of the oft misquoted Killer Cats of Ginseng episode that was eventually replaced by the Invasion of Time. Who knows? Anyway, links in the show notes for that if you want to support that wonderful project about the late 70s era of Doctor Who. We also mentioned, so Rob Shearman is in the news for Doctor Who because his Big Finish novelizations of his 2 Big Finishes came out, Jubilee and The Chimes of Midnight. And he talks about them there. It was also in his interview in Doctor Who magazine. I thought it was the one actually from the Big Finish story where he sort of, what does he say? What was the quote that he said regarding the current state of Doctor Who? That he felt that it's sort of come to a full stop with the end.
We don't
of
have
the
a
reality
doctor
war?
now, and we always did. We had either McCoy or we had McGann. So there was always a doctor kind of ethereally floating around, and now we don't really know what's going on, and nobody else seems to as well. So.
Yeah, but that's kind of what drew him to like, oh, maybe I can sort of like write about this now because it's no longer sort of like an ongoing thing, which is, feels like, oh, wow, that seems awfully final.
A little fatalistic, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
For
true.
now.
The quote getting thrown around is, and it is from the Doctor magazine, but the quote getting thrown around is, it's weird because the show is probably as dead as we've ever known it. Because in a funny way, the closing moments of the reality war seemed to put a full stop. We didn't have that before. Yeah. After 1989, we had for years a current Doctor, he stated. Talking about Sylvester McCoy and the New Adventures and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. The same situation then occurred following the TV movie in which McCoy regenerated into the 8th Doctor. But yeah, so I know he talks about New Adventures, past Doctor adventures like that, the BBC Books era and Virgin Books era and stuff. And yeah, he's right. I mean, in a way we had, there was McCoy on every cover until he wasn't. And now, we don't have a Doctor because we still don't know what's going on with Ms. Piper.
I know. Strangers in Space speculated that maybe Netflix might be interested in the back catalog.
Oh,
I would rather have BritBox, but that's just me talking.
But not necessarily new content, hey?
Well, hey, I mean, probably new content too. But having that many streamable hours of content on your streaming service is kind of that's kind of the Netflix model. Is that they sort of like they buy a back catalog, have that be there. Everyone devours it. Oh my God, this is popular. Let's make a new version, and then
get rid of all of it.
And
the people who brought you Red One, or the Gray Man.
I mean, this is hardly unique with Netflix, but they have such a poor track record of keeping popular shows going. That's I might be a little leery if they put their hat in the ring.
That's the streaming model generally. It just doesn't make economic sense to do that in the way it did with TV, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't particularly like it, but that's just kind of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, but the BBC, or at least not the BBC as much, but they do have some sort of Netflix connection. I think they've had a couple shows on there. Where does Peaky Blinders? Is that a BBC thing?
I don't remember.
No idea.
That also ended up on Netflix. Like, I don't think it was a Netflix exclusive, but
no idea. I never watched it. I know The Crown was Netflix.
I never watched it because a bunch of, and I don't think this is fault of the show, but a bunch of right-wing guys kept using iconography from it for all their dumb propaganda online. So I'm like, well, I'm never watching this. Not really the show's fault, but
it was BBC.
Bridgerton is fully Netflix.
Yeah, it was BBC. Peaky Blinders was BBC. Started on BBC Two and then went to BBC One for the last 2 seasons. And there's now like a sequel coming, like set 20 years after the fact. So there was a connection there. So it's not unheard of for the BBC and Netflix to sort of team up for a big ongoing show. Well,
I mean, the BBC is a massive, massive entity, so they have clout no matter what. But there'd be nothing wrong with having the back catalog on Netflix.
It would be the widest reach of anything.
Having it somewhere is good because now the only place is iPlayer, and that's geo-locked.
It is.
And you can argue the show became popular in North America because of Netflix to begin with. So,
hugely.
For the new stuff, when they had that,
I know we speculated. You go, sorry, Chris.
I was just going to say, the flip side to that is right now, because it's nowhere, I would love to have it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
I recently finished watching the first season of Battlestar Galactica, the 1978 one on Amazon Prime, and it's great that it's somewhere. And then I started in on The Greatest American Hero. Don't watch that. It does not hold up. Don't watch it.
Never say that in the presence of Graham Burke, first of all.
boy.
Secondly, I watched the pilot and it was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I started watching it and I'm like, I can't make it through this.
I didn't make it through it, but I loved it as a kid. So.
Yeah,
I remember enjoying it as a kid.
I loved it as a kid. Mostly
because Bill Maxwell, who probably formed part of my personality, let's be honest here, because he's just a cynical jerk. And I'm like, yeah, I relate to this guy way more than the superhero.
Well, I think I remember. I mean, Connie Selica was on that. I think that continued my trend of boyhood crushes on people who look like Linda Carter.
That's a good path to go down, my friend.
Which continued to this day. Let's face it. Okay, so don't watch. So Greatest American Hero is not coming back. Is that what you're telling me?
They've tried to reboot that numerous times and it's never taken, which is kind of dumb because it's such an obvious idea that worked once. Like, why wouldn't it again?
I know. I'm surprised Marvel didn't get on board with that. Yeah.
Well, they probably have with 3 or 4 other characters. I mean, Marvel heads would be able to tell me who the character basically is.
Yeah.
Beyond 1978 Battlestar or the Greatest American Hero or whatever, there's like a lot of American catalog, like 70s, 80s shows.
There's hidden treasures in there. I mean,
yeah.
So a lot of.
I'm glad that stuff is somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know we've, or at least I certainly have sort of beat the drum that maybe it shows up on BritBox at some point. But hey, if Netflix suddenly swoons in and like, hey, can we put literally everything of Doctor Who that we have on Netflix worldwide?
I mean,
outside
they
of the
would
UK?
never put the classic stuff on there. They would probably put the new quote unquote stuff.
From what I gather, they might be interested in all of it.
But what I'm saying is people watching Netflix will be, what the hell is this, with all the stuff up to 89. And then, past that, people will still, and will remember fondly the new, older stuff.
That is true. Like I do wonder if, because I'm trying to think what else like in the SD era is on, like in the 4x3 era is on Netflix.
I can't think of anything, to be honest with you.
Like Star Trek, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose that's about the only. But it isn't. It's on Paramount now, right? So
that's true. Yeah, it's off Netflix.
So I can't, and that makes more sense at the end of the day to have it on Paramount. Just like BritBox makes more sense to have Classic Who on there. It makes more sense in my head, as opposed to, or culturally, I guess, as opposed to money wise. Yeah, of course, it makes more sense to put Doctor Who Classic. But the fact is, I just see most Netflix viewers going, what is this nonsense, to the old stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the lines blur a little bit now. The kids are like busy watching, 16, portrait mode stuff on TikTok all the time. Like, what is that? What is aspect ratio anymore?
Maybe.
Though potentially wouldn't like 25-minute Doctor Who episodes be more digestible than 45 or
bingeable
longer?
And completely go against myself now. Kate Bush's song Running Up That Hill became a massive hit because it was in Stranger Things 40 odd years later. So what the hell do I know?
That's true.
You never know.
But yeah, like I said before, I'm glad when things are someplace to access it, because there's I don't know if either of you watched it or not, because I didn't ask, but there's a video I sent you yesterday, I think it was.
Probably.
Somebody on YouTube who's like talking about how in like 2020, 3, 4, I forget what year it was, but like very, very recently, within the last year or two, starting to get into Doctor Who DVDs.
Oh yes.
So already bought all the Blu-rays and the Blu-ray collections and all that kind of stuff. But for whatever reason, decided also to get into the Doctor Who DVDs. And one thing that they brought up that I completely forgot about was, as of 2019 or whenever it was, a lot of what you can buy, not everything, but a lot of what you can buy for Doctor Who DVDs, if you're still shopping for them, is print on demand. So
I remember those. Yeah.
They're not what we would have bought back on day one. And he was also saying that he's having a lot of problems with some of the print on demand titles, like just not playing back.
Oh dear.
Because they're made in a different fashion. But potentially I always I always applaud when people want to put in the effort to do the physical media thing, because I think it's I don't want to see that die personally.
Yeah,
So I'm glad when there are other people doing that as well. However, in the absence of that, Netflix would be a great place to have all that stuff that he's spent a fortune on. Because like he was talking about Robot, for example, how episode 2 of Robot just wouldn't play for him. He bought 4 copies of it overall before he got one that worked.
Oh no!
One was a print on demand, one was a knockoff, one was a whatever. But yeah, so like even, and not to mention as the DVD stuff, the reason it went to the print on demand stuff is because there were so many that were out of print and starting to skyrocket in price. Like 2 Doctors, I remember,
and it is
being
niche.
one of them. Is very niche, and there's I don't blame BBC to entertain whoever from not just doing another print run, because that can be expensive for sure, especially if it's something that might not sell, because all the people who wanted to buy it have already bought it. So this makes sense, but if it's not going to work out for people, then cool. A lot of people are paying for Netflix, whether they know it or not, or want it or not, and so throw it all on there or something comparable. Let us just have it.
Yeah, and I want to make plain that I have nothing against it showing up on Netflix. I just can't wrap my head around it happening.
No, but you know what? Like even the modern, like that's 15 seasons of
some of which is SD,
of bingeable content. I hate to refer to it that, but it's there's a lot there. As has been sort of said, like how much Doctor Who is enough Doctor Who, and I feel like 15 seasons right now is a pretty sellable batch of stuff to just sort of have
true
on a streaming service. That let's face it, as you've alluded to earlier. When Doctor Who was on Netflix, that was when it was at its most popular, and it left Netflix in the US like season 6, 7, like
it's been a long time
before Day of the Doctor, probably around the
way before that,
the time when BBC America took it over in 2009. So like it's not had that easy go-to home for streaming, and a lot of people would discover it or rediscover it if it was on one service.
Netflix is the biggest entertainment network in the world.
Sadly,
it just is
yeah.
by a wide margin. So except maybe YouTube.
Yeah, I just hope that if they make new Doctor Who for Netflix, it wouldn't be like that. So can we dumb it down a bit here? Can we have people announce their...
Can this be more gray?
Could be more gray? A lot of people are watching on this phone. Could we have the characters narrate what they're doing more, so the people who are like surfing and playing,
we need Millie Bobby Brown and Ryan Reynolds in this for no particularly good reason.
Somehow. For what it's worth, Chris, I ordered, actually, I discovered when I was ripping all my Doctor Who DVDs that my original copy of The Invasion wasn't playing anymore. So I bought a print-to-demand copy of The Invasion, and it worked. So that's the only time I actually used that. So there. Also, just because, did you send this to us, Chris, on our text chain? I looked it up to look at what video you said something about Red Dwarf showing up on coming to Channel 4 related event. I haven't had a chance to read the article yet, but I just came across it in a Google alert or some such. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff hitting Channel 4 streaming that would otherwise be BBC content. So The Office, Red Dwarf, and QI are specifically called out in the article. So because BritBox, I don't know what its status with Red Dwarf is. I know it lost like 7. I don't know about Red Dwarf here in outside of the UK. You mean?
Sure, but because in the UK, BritBox went bye-bye, and everything got folded into ITVX. So I don't even. I have no idea, because I've never subscribed to BritBox here. Both of you are though, so
yep.
You can maybe tell me at some point if Red Dwarf is on there or not, but that would be the perfect home for it. So
it absolutely is. All of it's there. I checked the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is all there. Except the app just crashed as I searched for it. So
Well, if you pay for Premiere, as I have,
I do.
Crashes.
I did. I did.
That is absolute balderdash on my part. I have no idea.
Yeah, it did. It really crashed on me there. It was very strange.
I'll put the article in the show notes.
Okay, perfect.
Because why not?
Yeah, why not? Indeed. I pay for. I signed up for Premiere, BBC, or rather BritBox Premiere, which has the BBC Select on it, which has
which
a
is
whole bunch
great.
of early access stuff on it. So,
Lucy, what's her name? Tell me about the Black Plague.
What is her
Worsley?
name?
Is that her last name?
Yeah,
I think it's Worsley.
Something like that.
She's a historian, and she hosts a million different documentaries, and she's just really good at them. So
she is. What we got here? Let's talk about some Big Finish stuff. We already mentioned the Big Finish is publishing the novelizations of Jubilee and Chimes of Midnight by Rob Sherman. BBC Torchwood series coming to a close as of sorts next year with 4 more episodes. It'll eventually conclude in May of 2026, but there will be another release coming called Torchwood Legacy, details of which will come out at a later date. I suppose this really is, a natural end to it, given that, Captain Jack hasn't been featured in the audios in recent
and probably won't be.
for various reasons.
Yeah.
So there's only so much you could do with it, and it's great that it's sort of coming to a natural close at long last. So good for them for knowing when the end date was happening. It'll happen next, as I say, in May. With an episode called Farewell by Joe Lidster. So there you go. But as I say, not. There'll be a closing at some point in the future, but the regular release schedule will conclude in May of next year.
Yep. Like I said before we started recording, I mean the monthly Doctor Who ranges ended however many years ago, and they're still going very strong with other releases from Big Finish, so.
Like box sets and stuff like that, which is the way to go now. Yeah. Just out now though, Wicked! ! Doctor Who Wicked is out now with Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred and Simon Callow on a horse. Big Ben, according to the where of course this is the overanalyzing Big Finish artwork to determine what's happening in the story segment.
He's
of the
Don
podcast.
Quixote apparently.
Yeah, it looks like the Rock of Gibraltar is in the back there, or it's a Prudential ad. I can't tell which.
Could be both.
It could be a Paramount Plus ad.
Yeah. Big Ben apparently on the on an Apple website because the hands are at 10 and 2.
And the whole clock tower, not just the bell.
That's true. The bell is is Big Ben. The whole
clocks are always done at 10 and 2 though, because it's a happy face.
It is a happy face.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yep. That's why they're in that. Apple does it 10:09. I noticed whenever they have like little screen.
Whatever that's referring to.
Whenever I change it means the anniversary of the return of Web of Fear and Enemy of the World. Obviously.
Oh, of course it does.
We already said so. Yeah.
Apple stuff is usually 9:41 a.m. But okay.
Oh, that's right. What happened at 9:41? Ooh.
It's the exact minute when the original iPhone was announced.
Whoa.
Staged in 2007.
I was trying to look at it like season 9, episode 41, but that doesn't work.
Not everything revolves around Doctor Who, despite your efforts to
what?
the other.
You're shattering his entire psyche here. Stop it.
Do it to me, man. This is all I have to live for.
Wow, I got dark.
Coming soon in March of 2026, Polly returns. Annika Wills returns to the Big Finish range for the first time since 2019 in a first Doctor adventure with Stephen Noonan, of course, plays the First Doctor, and Lauren Cornelius, who does Dodo. So there we go. That's a lot. So the adventures of that week and a half where we had Polly and Dodo together, no longer. She'll be in there for slightly longer.
That's a Big Finish staple, is what that is.
That's
also,
true.
Since there's no artwork that I saw Beware the City of Illusions, and immediately my mind went to the Dementia 5 episode of classic 60s Spider-Man, The City of Illusions.
With that crazy whacked out psychedelic background.
It's the best. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah. So there you go. That's all at bigfinish.com. A couple notes before we get on with our commentary. Sacha Dhawan and Anjali Mohindra were married, of course. They both have connections to Doctor Who. I don't think they met through Doctor Who, but Maybe they
No,
did.
one was the Rani, one was the Master.
One was Rani. Yeah.
Controversial.
Not
Yeah,
the
of course,
Rani, but
actually, Mahindra, of course, went on to be in a couple different roles in the Jodie Whittaker era.
Skithra.
There we go. Anyway, they were married in a very lavish ceremony in Tuscany. Vogue
I had
British.
to avert my eyes because there's too much beauty in that image for me to gaze upon it.
British Vogue has the entire 64 photos from their wedding. Listen, they're
Just ridiculously good-looking people.
they're appallingly good looking. This is
Criminally so.
Yeah, they're wow. What a wedding. What a wedding. Man, I tell you, clearly the paychecks for being the master paying off well, because this looks expensive.
I mean, they've been an item for years and years.
They have been, yeah. So anyway,
I'm sure the check from Vogue UK wasn't insignificant either.
that's true.
You don't have all 64 pictures that are paying them a pretty penny for that. So
That could be
as well they should. Make as much money as you want off of Vogue UK, I say.
Yeah, I mean, also, listen, I've interviewed you twice, Sacha Dhawan. Where's my invite? Come on, where was it? I didn't get an invite.
We made a point of saying, don't let this guy anywhere near this thing.
Don't let him near us.
He's just going to jab around about missing episodes the whole time. Who cares? Get him out of here. It's my wedding day.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you probably find a reason to not go to Italy anyway. So
that's true. Lovely photos. Anyway, great photos. Great. Lovely.
I hadn't actually looked through them. I hadn't looked through them, so I'm skimming through them now, and some of them were just amazing.
It's stupid. It's stupid how lovely these people. Look at this. What a time. Jeez.
Oh, that tiny little church is so cute.
You know,
I know.
Two people are happy in a time that the world's on fire. Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best man, Sacha Dhawan's best man, Jonathan Bailey, who's in everything now, and who's everyone's dream boat. He was in Doctor Who, of course, in Time Heist too. If you're
That's
looking for yet
very
another
sweet.
connection.
It was very sweet. They did a traditional Indian wedding, and then they did more Western, because all the Indian outfits, and then him in a tux and her in a white wedding dress.
Yeah.
Never been to an Indian wedding. I've always wanted to go because A, the costumes, and B, it's 3 days long, and C, the food is amazing. So
Food.
yeah, mostly it's the food, honestly. So
Yeah. Yep. What a night. What a night. Congratulations to the happy couple, and congratulations to your Doctor Who connections. Thus, we got to talk about it on Radio Free Skaro. Lastly, in the news, the great John Woodvine has died at the age of 96. John Woodvine was in absolutely everything, from American Woolworth in London to The Crown, but of course he was the Marshal in Armageddon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is why I
beautiful
know
mushrooms explode
Yeah.
and so forth.
beautiful. Where's that doctor? He's so great in the Armageddon Factor. I love the Armageddon Factor
So do
to
I.
this day, possibly because
Guilty pleasure,
of the
I don't
Marshal.
care.
I don't care either, but
Eyes
he's so
in the
great at it.
shadow.
Yeah, he's so great at it.
meanderings.
He was the voice of Master West 468 and the Tripods as well. He was in so many good things. 96. He's on the commentary for the Armageddon Factor as well. So also in a show called New Scotland Yard, which I see sometimes on those old British tele YouTube things, and it has a superb title sequence, as you can imagine, is something from the 1970s. So yeah, R.I.P. John Woodvine. What a great career.
I have one more thing. Ben Padden, they of the Game of Rassilon Parish, has been working from their social media on a thing called Jump Lead, which is an audio drama or audio comedy probably, and it comes out October 31st. So I promised them I would plug it, and here I am plugging it.
Well done. All right,
On all your podcasting services, I guess.
What's the name again, Warren?
Jump Leads.
Jump Leads.
Wackiness in space.
Done.
What's it called? Monorail.
Or Monorail. Alternative title.
Spell Monorail. Jump Leads. That's it for the news segment. I will tell you this: Warren's jetting off to a book con in Ottawa. Chris is jetting off to England next week. So next week will be a special episode where me and Toby Haydoke, what was in the recent series of How Are You? It's Alan Partridge, which came out. There's a couple Doctor Who gags in that 6-part series as well. I won't spoil them here, but Toby Haydoke is in episode one of those. Anyway, Toby's all over the season's 13 box set, which comes out in the UK on October 20th, and also all over the season 2 Blake 7 set, which comes out in November. Both are not quite available yet for pre-order here in North America, but we know when they're coming out more or less. So the whole episode will basically be me and Toby talking about that. And hey, maybe a missing episode or two will be announced in between that and then so we'll see. So next week that will be the episode per se. So join us then. But for now, let's talk over part 2 of the Sunmakers in our classic series commentary.
Are the microphones wired in?
All round the condenser, most merciful. We're looking forward to excellent duodecaphonic sound.
This is the moment when I get a real feeling of job satisfaction.
We're back. It's part 2 of our classic series commentary for the Sunmakers. Serial code 4W. Made...
World Wide Web.
That's the web.
Wacky Web?
Yes.
There we go.
Made before Image of the Fendal, but
It's the opposite of the dark web. It's a wacky web.
Yeah. Anyway, we hope you got your season 15 or Doctor Who Tom Baker season 4 collection Blu-rays all paused and ready for part 2, because here we go. Part 2, Sunmakers in 3, 2, 1, play. Which, for some reason, something in there, apologies if anybody at home had this happen, but my iPad thought that I said the magic word to trigger the voice activation system, which I will not utter here for fear of doing it for real. So
There is a drug called Farxiga, and every time the ad comes on CNN, my HomePod says, I don't know what that is. And apparently this is common. Like,
oh, wow.
I looked it up. I'm like, I'm not the only person this happens to. At first I was like, what the hell's going on? But for whatever reason, this ad triggers Siri.
right.
And I probably just triggered the S lady.
Yeah, then you did it too. Yeah, you did it again.
I wonder what kind of toxic brew this was that they're spraying all over their
In the
currently
70s?
91-year-old star.
Probably Agent Orange or something. Who knows?
I mean, he has the constitution of 3 horses, so. I kind of love how bland and lame these corridors are. It just adds to it, really.
Yeah, part of it's cheap, part of it's, is it? I don't know. Oddly enough,
Anybody who's ever worked in an office park knows exactly what this
good
feels
point.
like.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, people who watch Severance realize that this is exactly what the thing is. These outfits always reminded me of the Bestman security guard outfits.
Oh, yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah, watch that extra wait for his cue there. He was waiting for his cue from, and then to press that button and close up, he was standing there. Or at least, maybe not the Bestman security, but maybe the Kenner action dolls from the Bestman security people. The Lego version of which in the Lego Star Wars games is the best. He's the only he has his own unique action for like dive rolling and stuff. The Bestman security guard in Lego Star Wars. Play it. It's hilarious. I love that guy. I think I bought one of him off of Etsy or eBay or something like that. I needed to have one. Is that the theater critic in Behind Leela right there?
No.
Okay.
It's a different guy.
Okay.
He'll show up eventually.
All right.
That guy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is him, yeah.
One standing.
There we go. Here's a somewhat problematic stereotype, but I still love him.
Oh, the indomitable Henry Wolf, who, of course, 1983 moved to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and became theater director there for literally the rest of his life. Lived out the rest of his days in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
He only passed away like a year or two ago, right?
Yeah, age of like 93 or something like that. Yeah, they named a theater after him.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I just wanted to live in Saskatoon. Well, all right.
I mean, literally just a couple days ago, Erica and a friend of ours are thinking, you know what, we should just drive out to Saskatoon just for fun. It's like
There's no just. That's a hell of a drive.
It's like a 4-hour drive. It's not much.
Really?
Yeah. 4 or 5 hour drive.
When I was a kid, my both sets of grandparents lived in Saskatchewan. One in Leader and one in Davidson. And,
goodness.
And so I just remember going to. My dad went to U of S. So
right.
So I seem to recall it taking longer. But I was also a little kid, so any car ride took forever.
Paris of the Prairies, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'd like to. It's entirely. When you grow up like I did, I grew up with my father's family was lived in rural Saskatchewan, like many people do, and it just sort of paints a different view of Saskatchewan. Then you go to Saskatoon, which is a small city to be fair, but it's still a city, and it's still like.
Well, it's a university town. Like Edmonton's like that too.
It's way different. It's just like a smaller Edmonton.
It's still a big city in a way as well.
It is, yeah. It's a nice little city, Saskatoon. They have a Saskatoon Expo, like Edmonton Expo kind of thing. They got one there. We went. It's a nice city. I like Saskatoon. Actually.
Well, and small places or smaller places, isolated places, like and Edmonton's a good example of this, but there are others, have great art scenes. Vancouver, for all the stuff that happens here, doesn't have that great an art scene.
That's so intriguing. Yeah,
it's because everybody's busy making films and working overtime.
You're a factory. That's what you are. You're a factory.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Also, how can you compete with the natural beauty of the place? You can't. So there's no need to compensate, right? This terrified me when I was, even as a teenager, with them having like hot irons they were going to burn somebody with.
We were made of sterner stuff in the 1970s.
To go back a step, the other guy in the correction center with the doctor looked like a Timu Harry Sullivan.
Timu.
Timu.
Good old Timu. I've never once ordered anything off Timu.
Nor have I. I've only waited the 4 to 5 seconds for the ad to the little X to pop up in the ad so I can X out of it.
Yeah.
This reminded me, and it probably was around the same time, of the fight in Beat It, the video, the Michael Jackson music video.
Totally. Oh, totally.
Not that many years between those, I guess.
Theater critics right behind the lady.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, the lady. Veet, I think her name is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She just doesn't put up with any crap.
No.
Which I like.
No. They've been they've been like living like rats here for however long. Michael Keating is really charming in this. You can
so
see
good
why
in this.
Pennant Roberts just thought, yeah, he's the guy.
I mean, he's probably my favorite part of Blake 7, too, to be honest with you.
Avon is top.
Avon's pretty great, yeah. I mean, all the dialogue is fantastic.
Yeah.
But Keating gets some of the best lines. So.
He does.
Yeah,
I know.
he does.
I'm looking forward to season 2 coming out on Blu-ray. Although it's not been officially announced, so we can probably assume it's going to come out. But it's because that's when the dialogue really takes over, and I think Avon and Villa have some great moments in there.
I always kind of love this guy because he's just very easygoing about how terrible everything is.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy or anything. He's just like, well, this is my lot in life, I guess.
Bisham, the actor, is played by the hairdresser of the Golgafrinchen B-Arc people.
Nice.
If you,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the actor's name, but
Tom Baker with prop acting.
But still. This seems like it's before him being a real pain in the butt to everybody.
I don't know. I think him
on-
and Louise Jameson are sort of having a
you're
better
right.
relationship
Yeah,
around
yeah.
this time, but not. I mean,
When she's talked about that on various
Yeah.
DVD bonus things.
I don't know how.
Her
I don't know.
eyes, by the way, unless they do something to them in the VAM, is like they're insanely clear blue eyes here. They're even clearer now. How is that even possible?
Mm-hmm. Intuitively elevation. God.
It's just every one of those lines is different, and they're all gold.
Like, I'm just thinking, like, if this type of dialogue existed in this day and age, if there was a Shooty Gatwai episode that had stuff like this, how would they play it? I feel like, there's no jaunty music to tell us this is funny or anything like that. I feel like it's like they're playing it kind of funny, but everything else is being played straight, so it feels like it works okay. It's when they add in the music and other stuff to tell us it's funny, which is when it goes a little bit camp. But here,
Part
it's
of this, though,
perfectly fine.
Part of this, though, is that's the limits of how they can shoot this, and the theatricality of it to begin with means you're going to lean on the dialogue, right? So,
Yeah.
Although I was just thinking, like, it's a different set of circumstances, but Andor has amazing dialogue.
Yeah,
So it does happen.
it does. Oh God, Henry Wolf is just superb at this. Just superb. Just one of the all-time.
And again,
great.
when I've been called into somebody's office, I
Right.
think of this guy. Like,
I mean, this is you hunch over a lot. You have no hair, Warren. This is you. This could be you right here.
Wait a minute. First of all, let's get to this first part of me hunching over a lot. The second part I can't argue, but the first part, what the hell?
Just
and this guy looks like
Max Faulkner. How about that?
Yep.
He looks like what's his name? The guy in Boogie Nights is dad.
I don't know, but
John C. O'Reilly. No, not
John C. Reilly.
Oh, it isn't right now. Okay, yeah.
Max Faulkner. Like he would have speaking roles. Well, he's had some speaking roles, like in the Android Invasion, and famously as Ablif, I think he is in.
Isn't he
the
one of the
Time.
Kralls?
Invasion of Time. He's one of the Shobogans.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
He's also in. He's a stuntman who I can't remember if he's an actor who became a stuntman or a stuntman became an actor. But he sort of did both. If you wanted a stunt, but you wanted to have somebody say some lines in a believable fashion, you get Max Faulkner. Apparently. Damn,
Leela is calling him for filth on his toxic masculinity. Yeah. Decades before such things happened.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not wrong either. I'm just saying.
It's very much like a without honor. You could see the exact same line coming out of Worf in season 2 of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
A lot of belt holding on Michael Keating's part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they probably have crappy belts. Got to keep his pants up.
Yeah, it's a time of austerity. Not many belts.
This wasn't official austerity, though. This was just everything, all the other circumstances of the 70s making everybody poor.
That's true. Well, we're getting close to the winter of discontent. Which is the winter of discontent? Is the winter from 77 to 78 or 78 to 79? I can't remember now.
I don't remember. I don't remember who went on strike either.
You don't know? Oh, it's when everyone in Britain felt even more awful than they usually do, and it was in the winter, and somebody called it the winter of discontent.
Oh, you could always look it up, I suppose.
You could always look it up, Warren.
I will look it up.
Apparently, that's from a Shakespeare line. This is the guy right here who was standing in the background as a different extra in the scenes in the Gatherer's office right here. I don't
78 and 79.
78, 79, okay.
Yeah.
We're a year out. Things are going swimmingly still at this point.
Trade unions demanding pay rises. I always love hearing pay rises as opposed to raises.
Raises.
Look at that. That's a terrifying bit of kit they put on his head.
Don't leave it in too long. It goes frizzy.
It's got lights.
It
looks like the ball from the Death Star.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
And somebody pointed out that in Andor, the disco ball playing the music is one of those things. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's weird.
Well, I mean, he is kind of playing with what could be, switching handles.
It's true.
I love that effect.
Look at that.
It's awful, but I love it.
That is the epitome of 70s Doctor Who stuff, yeah.
Those things look like the gear that Egon has in his head in Ghostbusters, the original. The weird goggles.
Right. Well, I mean, we're at, what is it, 77. Star Wars is already made, but, like we're around the same time when basically prop houses are shipping out stuff to Star Wars, James Bond, Doctor Who.
I love how they're like, we don't understand them. They must be the executive grade. I'm like, that is typical corporate thinking.
Yeah.
If somebody's more clever than me, they have to be higher in the food chain. Oh, yeah, I forgot the K9 was
I know.
diddling about up here.
He's cooking pancakes, I think, is what he's doing.
I don't think he'll be getting down that ladder.
No.
I do like somebody had the foresight to go, you know what we need? That tail needs to wag.
Yeah. Well, how do you know if he's a dog? If the tail doesn't wag.
How can you tell he's happy?
Mm-hmm. Look at that little guy. God, I loved him as a kid. Curses to Andrew Smith for hating him.
I'm looking at his dolly right now. Or as I would call it, my puppet.
Puppet. I've only got, the only canine I have is the Daypole one, the green one.
Oh, yeah.
Inaccurate green one.
Well, that makes him better.
Well, he's almost too big for the Daypole figures, but, well, maybe not, actually. Maybe he's a good size. Now I'm looking at the scale here, but...
pretty sweet boots on this guy, too.
I was going to say, he looks like a 1930s boxer with those boots, but... take about 3.5 minutes to lace those things up at the beginning of every day.
Now put on your pant tarp.
Pant tarp.
I also love the modern art behind them, like whatever that design is supposed to be.
It's apparently a blow up of an actual circuit board, and you can see the brand name of it in some shots with Bisham there. I think we could do. I love watching Tom Baker's Doctor or maybe it's just Tom Baker, sort of like unknowingly flirt with he kind of does it with Marn here, getting no reaction whatsoever, like this bit here, and also with Catherine Schell's character in City of Death, the way he crosses his legs as she walks by, just like, I'm a very agreeable fellow, He's flirting, but not flirting. You can tell.
Apotheosis of that is, you're a very beautiful woman, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Which has made me laugh for the last 40 years.
Made a lot of us laugh. I mean, he's not... Tom Baker, if he is flirting, isn't as overt as Patrick Troughton was with Mary Peach in Enemy of the World, or Tina Packer in The Web of Fear. Not that Packer, though.
I know, I just want to say it.
I know, I knew you would, too. About 50 yards. 23 more yards after that, they could just see sort of an undecipherable human. Said 50 yards. Get it? 73 yards.
Oh, yes. It took me a while.
Doing a thing.
And you had to spell it out to me.
Bit of a stretch.
Bit of a stretch there. But
I don't think Warren's arms could reach.
No.
Hey now. There's no need for any of that.
Warren's so short, his arms could only reach 72 yards.
So far we've covered my apparently hunchback ways, and the baldness, which I can't deny, and the short arms, which I also can't deny, but hey, enough.
No, there is stuff. There's more stuff we could do.
No, you don't have to, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Now I'm noticing that camera prop everywhere, and it is everywhere. Is that guy still there? Is that, or did they write him out?
There's another weirdo just in the background there.
He's doing something to look busy.
There he is. Same guy just standing there. I think it's the same extra who just got killed. Not that we haven't seen that before, but
maybe he's a government oversight person.
Oh, that could be it.
Making sure the company is doing things properly.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. Company seems to have that well in hand.
But he just got electrocuted. And then the doctor made a joke after he died. Nowadays, they'd have to cry and weep over it. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Consume card. I wish I had a consume card.
That should be a thing. Come on, character options. That honestly, you could make a box. You could make the box out of that because it's thick enough.
Buy the living hell out of the character. Like,
you'd have
let's see how they could do it.
You'd have the gatherer and you'd have the collector, and the box would be the consume card. I mean,
so character options generally does stuff if they have a mold kicking around. So you've already got the little guy from End of the World, the little blue dude. So you can make you can use that to make the collector.
Sure.
This guy, I don't know.
Like when they turned Friar Tuck, the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves character from a Gamorrean guard from Return of the Jedi. It's the exact same body.
Well, I mean, Jar Jar is, Boss Nass is Jar Jar stretched out. That literally is what he is. They took the Jar Jar character and stretched it out in CG.
That is ridiculous. Oh, I don't like that.
Yes, that's the big fault of Phantom Menace. Look out, it's a boob wall.
Yeah.
These are great uniforms, too.
They are. They really are.
And these guns look really intimidating for what they're about to do.
I think I can't tell if maybe the visor does flip up and down, because I think someone else later on has the visor flipped all the way back onto his head. The back of his head, I think. I know this because I've watched the first 2 episodes prior to this. Because I'm a sucker. Would you care for a leaf? See, he's so flirting. I think this is he's doing something. The guy in the background there. What's he measuring?
I don't know.
He's got like a stick there.
These guys are the low budget equivalent of those 2 dudes in The Prisoner on the seesaw for no reason.
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
That's one of the things I love about The Prisoner. They just put in crap that doesn't make any sense. And it's, you don't like it? Tough.
Oh, God, The Prisoner is so great. It's available everywhere. For years, you couldn't find The Prisoner at all. And now literally every single streaming service has it. It's on like Pluto TV. It's on everything. Anything you care to think of. The Prisoner is on there. I think even the Shout TV YouTube channel even has it on there. So there's no excuse anymore. Anyone can watch The Prisoner. It's the greatest show ever.
The largest societal reason for that is that it no longer appears to be all that crazy.
Oh,
it's like it's been out crazied by real life.
It's true. There got to be some rights issues that Citizen Doctor. I love the way he says that. Pluto. Sometimes I'm going to say it, kids. Sometimes we take Tom Baker for granted.
Mm.
He's just.
I'm gratified.
He's just so great. Just the way he attacks that jelly baby.
The smile.
I remember I finally, because we had a Marks and Spencer in Southgate Mall way back in like the
Heritage
early
Mall.
80s. Yeah, what's that? Or was it
Heritage
maybe?
Mall.
Oh, you're right, Heritage Mall. Anyway, I saw they had jelly babies. I'm like, oh my god, I finally get to try jelly babies. I'm like, these suck.
They did.
Come on,
So
England,
bad.
what's the deal here?
They are.
They must make gelatin-free ones at this point for you, Stephen.
I don't know if they do actually. I don't. I haven't looked into it, but I know you're right though. They do have gelatin in them, so I haven't eaten them in years.
Well, they totally fit the British bland food stereotype.
I guarantee you, this is where I learned the word verisimilitude.
Probably me too.
Did Toby Haydock learn it here too? We always.
Didn't we all?
It's a
Chasing
safe
it.
bet.
I wonder if
And
these.
despite,
Go ahead.
no,
Mark.
sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was just gonna say, despite the overall
There's a
cheapness
marker.
of
Look
all
at
of
that.
this,
You can see his marker. You can see
Yeah.
somebody's marker on the floor there. I don't know if that's for
I always-
scenery or what, but
I always liked when Canine had a little bit of paper
Yeah,
coming out
he's
because it looks like
blepping.
his tongue is out.
he's
a little bit
Yes,
of a blep there.
blepping.
Yeah.
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 But no, I was just gonna say that I don't know if we've gotten this. I think it's probably at the end here. The big gunfight, and the one thing that disappointed me, despite everything else being cheap as hell,
Right.
was the guns just shooting smoke. Like,
I know.
I don't know why, but that
No,
really let me down.
It's part
no
3.
moving parts
but-
of any sort.
Yeah. Well,
And
we
that's
are.
the worst place ever for a trigger.
Yeah. 2 people have tried to hit that trigger and both have died. Leela just killed a man, by the way.
Oh well.
Unless it's a stun bit of smoke that happened.
Just
but,
to watch him die.
Yeah. This is so what they make Image of the Fendel after this, and then they do Underworld, and of course the money's run out for Underworld. But it's the first time in Doctor Who history where they have a gallery only day for post production visual effects. Everything up to this point has been keyed in live, essentially. For the first 15 years of this show, they basically treat it as a live program. And honestly, the laser effects in Underworld look fantastic. And they spent one day on that. It looked great.
The fact Underworld exists is a miracle. The fact that
Love
they just said,
Underworld.
"All right, I guess we're Fenton and Menacing this thing like 30 years beforehand,
God,
or 20, I guess."
we are such a Underworld stand cast here.
I mean, I don't even like the story all that much, but just like once you mentioned that
I love the
they
story.
CG'd everything, or not CG is not right, but
Blue screened everything.
CSO'd everything in. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? The fact that they tried that,
The sheer
just,
gumption.
you got to give them infinite credit for it.
Sheer gumption of trying it out is just what wins us over. That one, you can throw all the money at Disney Doctor Who to make it look like a billion times better, but but you did, you didn't try and fail like Underworld did, though.
The guy in the background almost looks like he's holding like a mic stand. He's about ready
Probably
to
is.
break out into the chorus.
Is that what it was?
No, it's a grabber or something because he had it up and he was
yeah. Like he's trying to fish a golf ball out of a water trap or something on the golf course.
or he's just, flipping or pushing something remotely or something.
Everyone's trying to flirt with Marn.
I was gonna say that's some inappropriate workplace behavior.
Oh, it's
there.
actually this guy's visor that goes backwards, right, when he got shot. That's good.
Those look
continuity.
like army helmets
They probably are. They look like American army helmets,
or construction
actually.
helmets, maybe.
They look like American army helmets because the British ones are slightly different than World War II.
What a miserable bunch of sods.
I know.
Honestly.
God, so they're grimy and
How happy would you be?
Well,
in their
fair
place?
enough. But,
oops. I'm not sure he meant to hit his head on that. It's still floating around. Take 2. Nope. No time. 9:55. Studio clock.
This place seems awful easy to find.
Well, I suppose, but we never see how to actually get in there. But
Well, for good reason, yeah.
yeah. Telmars. Max Faulkner sneaking in back shot again. One day I'm going to get a line again. Toby
Yeah,
Haydock
so we
said,
reenacted Beat It, and then she took off.
yeah, Toby Haydock said that Max Faulkner was very reticent to talk about Doctor Who. Guy in the background there moving.
Well, he looks like a pretty reticent fellow.
Yeah.
He was involved for so many years as well.
No, I just didn't feel like talking about it. Aggressively so.
Has anybody told him that that's the bottom end of the whip? Like, you have a perfectly serviceable whip here, sir.
I don't think he uses. I think he only has the handle left over. I think.
Yeah, okay.
He's getting the most out of his money.
Yeah.
And he was like an executive grade or something, wasn't he? Like, I don't
think he
remember his
was,
backstory.
yeah.
So, of course, he'd have a cat o' nine tails.
It must be daring. P45 is, I can't remember what form that is in the UK. Something for tax or unemployment or something like that. Japan.
How many times in GTA have we encountered this sort of thing, Stephen?
Oh, yeah. Cones of vision right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice little camera.
You're just avoiding that camera over there. It's got a tiny little cone of vision.
Yeah. Those are they could have shot Severance here. I mean, honestly, that hallway goes on forever. Look at that. Wow.
They should have. Actually, I haven't watched. I watched episode 1 of Severance. I never got any further.
So have I, but I see
it was
like
fine, but man,
I see making of shots like of what's his name, the main guy. I can't remember his name now. Running around different.
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott, and they had like they basically CG'd a bunch of stuff because I don't know. There's a scene where he turns and runs a lot, and apparently this is what happens in Severance, and a lot of those walls are CG. Oh, that's it. That's a cliffhanger right there. Mm-hmm. Don't get run over.
I always wonder what exactly, like, what did they put all that crap over? Like a golf cart, I guess?
I don't know what that was.
Or one of those carts in the airport?
Something like that.
Yeah. Janina
on top of a little mini.
Little Austin Mini?
Yeah, it's just spitting out exhaust
golf cart
in a hallway.
Yeah. Good old Dudley.
We'll have to take some time in episode 3 or 4 and talk about Pennant Roberts a bit, I think.
I suppose so. Yeah. Towards the beginning of his Doctor Who journey.
Always spoken very highly of by, especially Louis Jameson.
Yeah. Favorite director. Was he the best director, though? Well, we'll talk about that on the next Classic Series commentary. There you go. Which will be the next time we do a commentary. So, anyway, in the meantime, and in between time, I am Stephen in Edmonton.
Warren in Vancouver.
And Chris in Edmonton.
So long for now.